To me, I just make it up as I go along. I don't really think about or project too much into the future. And like I say, I think too, I've done something long enough where I have my place in the industry or whatever, the world. Like I said too, like when I first started, I would do what I do. I had my like Snapshot thing, and I'd go to magazines, and they'd be like, "This is amateur, and there's red eyes, and like I could take these pictures, and you've got to be kidding, and this isn't fashion, or this isn't this," and and then eventually it caught on, and even when I'd show up I used to only have one. When I first started, I had one Snapshot camera, and I'd show up to do an entire job with one little camera. And eventually I figured out if I used two cameras, I could shoot quicker. I could go back and forth, But I would just have this one little camera and show up at a shoot, and people would be like, "You're like, where's the equipment?" Like I'd be like, "That's right," And it was hard. People would laugh and like, had a really hard time with it. And then eventually, after doing it, people became more comfortable and more accepting of it. But I know there's that whole thing of putting objects in this really rich, expensive, fancy-looking setting or lighting or whatever, But I think stuff like that, unless it's done really well, it just looks old-fashioned and kind of boring, And I think that my aesthetic and other people with a similar kind of thing, I think it's much more immediate, and it has an energy to it a bit more. And I think that's what people now more so. It's not they look at a picture, and if there's an energy or there's some sexiness or something they like about it, it appeals to them. They don't so much think like, "Wow, why does it look? It's not lit nice, or it's not this." It's an energy people respond to, and an image, or they want to be part of it, or they like the way someone looks, or like, And that's what I think, and that's on a more human level. Then you know what I mean? Everything advertising was really detached for a long time. It had nothing to do with how people see things, really. And they thought to make it this like, this fantasy, special, almost unobtainable object. And to me, like with the whole Snapshot thing, it's just human. It's like it's personal, and I think people respond to it.